Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be going over supply and demand and how you can use it to your advantage, how to draw these demand zones, and how to actually execute trades from them. I'm going to show you these two trades that I took here on the 2nd of September. First one being a break-even trade and the second one being a 4R win. So I'm going to be diving right into it here, and this is my pre-market game plan that I share every day on X, and this is where you can follow me as well to get these game plans every single day and live insights during the market, and any thoughts that I have about the market I share on here. So make sure to follow me over there. So first scenario that I was looking for buys is for buys to show their strength in a demand zone from 6404 to 6380, to show their strength first and then play continuation long. This is the demand zone that I'm talking about. Why did I draw this demand zone? Well, you can see just a lot of consolidation here. This is on the 60-minute, by the way, a 1 hour time frame. You can just see a lot of consolidation here and then a massive rally up. So this is an obvious area where buyers were accumulating their position, getting a lot of buys right over here that then pushed price even higher. So this is a very interesting area, and here I expect buyers to show their strength again. So what ended up happening is exactly that. Price was very bearish in the pre-market. We were downtrending a lot, and here on market open we sold off very aggressively as well. But what was very crucial is that we took out this pre-market low, and then buyers started showing their strength. This was my first trade here at 3:42 p.m. my time, or a little bit before that, and it was after buyers showed their strength first. So let me show to you why I actually took that trade. So this is the Bookmap, and this is what I always use for my entries and just to analyze the overall market and to analyze which participant, either buyer or seller, has the greatest pulling power in the current market. So market open was right over here, 3:30 for me because I'm in Europe, but 9:30 for you US people. Price sold off very aggressively, took out the pre-market low. You can see all these bids here representing these orange lines getting filled with a lot of aggressive selling. But what do we want to see right now is aggressive buying also stepping in the market together with all these bids filling and rebidding as well, which is very important to note as well. My Bookmap, I don't know why it's lagging over here, but it's not really that important. But as you can see, this is going a little bit too fast. As you can see, while price is kind of stalling a little bit over here, that means that buyers are starting to get in control, sellers are getting the brakes on them, and we're seeing all these bids fill, rebidding, reappearing. Even here in these small little areas, bids are appearing and getting filled immediately. That's very important to note. So now we're going to keep watching. You see the same thing happening. While price is moving up, bids are appearing and getting filled with aggressive selling. Price is moving up, price is moving up. A little bit more of that lag. I don't know why that's happening. That's not really that important. So price has moved up a significant amount already right now, and you can just see a lot of aggressive buying coming in, and a lot of passive buying happened already. So what do we see now on the chart? We see that buyers are very strong. So how would I look now for an actual entry, and how would I go about that? So right now, because of buyers already showed their strength, I don't want to get in here because that's an entry right here. Where do I put my stop loss at a safe place? That would have to be like, I don't know, around here, 87s, 88s. But that's risk to reward is just not appealing to me. So I need to wait for a pullback. And an area for a pullback that I'm always interested in is an area of low volume on top of opposite or on top of structure, preferably. So in this case, that area of low volume is right over here from the 88.50s to like, let's try it a little bit bigger, to like the 91.50s, something like that. All right. And you can see that all right over here on the right. So this is a volume profile. You can obviously see that this area here has a lot more volume, has a lot thicker volume than this small little area over here. You can see that by the numbers as well. These are all 1,000, 500, 1,600, and these are just 300, 400. And that is because price moved up so quickly and the buyers were so strong that price did not have the time to be able to transact a lot of volume in this area. So price was just that quick to transact here that a lot of volume was not able to be transacted. So that's where I'm interested in taking along. So let's just play it out. Price comes back or is chopping about, and you can just see sellers now coming in. Bids are appearing, which is very important as well. That's something I like to see at an area of interest in low volume where I want to be taking an entry. I don't want to, it doesn't have to be, but it's an extra confirm when bids are appearing at your area of interest. Right? So right over here, you can see this bid filled and this bid got filled as well and immediately started rebidding. So that's very interesting. So like I told you as well earlier, I like these areas of low volume, but I like there as well to be structure around it for price to get supported there. And that's what I waited for, because here it already came in my area. But if I would have entered right here, that would have probably resulted in a loss or more drawdown at least. So I waited for price to drop more to touch this structure for price to support over there. And then I entered a little bit late, if I'm being honest, right over here at 91.50 with a 3-point stop loss, 88.50 right under this low. And then price just went about and started immediately rallying for like 91.50 to 97.50 almost. So I was up 6 points, and I decided I don't want to see all this buying fail and come back to my entry. My entry was a little bit late, if I'm being very honest. Should have been around here at the 90s, but I don't want to see that buying fail, come back to my entry, and maybe that will result in a loss. So I went break even, and this is where I get tapped out break even. And then what price is going to do is something that is like a classical stop hunt. So I had two areas of interest, right? This low volume area and obviously this area over here where buyers first showed their strength and where this rally started from. So if you draw that area as well, right below it, you'll see that if price comes back there, stops me at break even, comes back, bids get filled, right? This big immediately gets filled and price just rallies up straight from there, and that's what you can see as well here on the chart. This is the area where I got stopped at break even, and I drew this area right now just a minute ago on the book map. That's where you see the rally started from. I wasn't really ready to enter that. It went a little bit too fast for me personally, but price rallied instantly from there and never came back. That was a very clean trade as well. And that's just because this area is where the buying started from. This is a classical stop hunt, just stopping out all these late buyers like myself who are trying to ride the rally. So it just drops down very hard, very aggressively, gets all those stop losses, and then this bid fills and then price rallies straight from there. So that was my first trade of the day. And then for my second trade of the day, I'm going to draw something right over here, which I'll draw immediately as well on the book map. But this is something, same principle as I explained to you earlier. Because of this strong rally of buyers, buyers that were just very strong buying power, it went very quick and there was not a lot of time to transact a lot of volume here. That's why this is a low volume area, just like I tried to enter in this trade over here. This is the same concept, just a little bit later and just a bigger zone as well. So let me show it to you on the book map. First, I'll show you this, which is also an important note, at least for me. Right, so on the book map, after I just explained to you this possible re-entry for me, but that just went too fast, price rallied up very, very strongly, very quickly, and left an area of low volume. So this is how I'll draw it. And you can see that perfectly here on the volume profile on the right. Look at how little amount of volume that was transacted right over here. You can see the difference between here on the bottom and here on the top. A lot of volume was transacted, but here no. But that's because buyers were so strong, and I'm expecting if price comes back into this area, that buyers will want to defend that area. All right. So I'm going to hit the play button here and let price come into the zone. And I'm going to show you my entry right over here. No, wait, it's a little bit later. All right. So all these bids fill, right? So right over here, after I drew this area, price comes back to that area with a lot of aggressive selling. But what do we see happening on that sell-off? A bid appears here while market is selling off. A bid appears, immediately gets filled. And these bids from earlier on are still there. These bids, boom, get filled. Bid gets filled, rebids, gets filled again. Another bid gets filled. And you can just see selling is just starting to, the brakes are just starting to come on the selling. Like selling is slowing down, it's starting to consolidate very lightly here. Just a couple minutes, like 2 minutes of consolidation already here. But that means that buying is putting the brakes, passive buyers are putting the brakes on these aggressive sellers with these buy limit orders. Now we just want to see aggressive buying come in. Boom. A lot of weaker selling. You can just see that by the size of these bubbles. These red bubbles are much smaller than the ones that made the original sell-off. And here, selling is getting weaker. Bids are reappearing. And now we just wait for... no, I entered right over here. When I saw this bid appearing, that's where I entered, as you can see over here. 06.50 right over here at 4:27 p.m. my time. So yeah, this is where I entered, right over here. That was my entry. And then from there on, the rest is history. Comes back a little bit and then starts rallying very, very aggressively and goes straight to the target, which was 1850. Just a little bit more. Yeah, here I was stressing out a little bit, and then price hits my target right over there. So that is just a very simple concept. Every time I do the exact same, and as you can see why I took this entry as well, what gave me extra confirmation is this pullback was on top of this pre-market structure as well, these two little highs. That just gives me extra strength. That just gives me extra confirmation that price is coming back to an area of opposite structure where I'm expecting these buyers to support that level. And yeah, that was just a very nice, beautiful trade. I was very happy with the trade, very quick to the take profit. And yeah, and this was overall a very successful day. I didn't want to target further past these highs because I saw buyers were struggling here at VWAP at all these highs. So I was just targeting right above these highs and at VWAP to just get a quick profit. I mean, 4R is still an incredible trade. I was very happy with my performance that day. So I hope everything was clear in the video. I hope you understand these principles. If not, let me know in the comments if you have any questions, or if you would like me to dive deeper into any of these concepts or supply and demand or my confirmations or my setups. So let me know in the comments, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.